Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. As you can tell by the title of the video, it was a big day in my world. I'll tell you why coming up here in a few minutes. First, I want to talk some NASCAR. Just about 30 minutes ago or so, we completed Daytona Dual Race number 2. Now, I know, good evening, Kevron. Glad you're here. Make sure if you jump on here live, you do like Kevron just did and drop a comment in the comment section down below. Hey there, Marcus. Glad you're here. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. We just finished Daytona Duel number 2. Of course, that was after duel number 1. And I know we only do the duel races at Daytona, and that's never going to change because it's Daytona. It's the first race of the season. But I wish they would do the duels or something like it every week to set the field instead of the normal, boring, regular qualifying. I enjoy the duels, and it makes it a whole lot more exciting to watch qualifying than watching just regular qualifying. But if you're new to the sport, just a casual fan, you may not know what the duels are. And basically, it sets the field for the Daytona 500. They still have actual regular qualifying. They had that last night. It's always the Wednesday before the 500 during speed weeks. But the only thing that qualifying does is set the front row. Chase Briscoe went out there last night in his first night driving for Joe Gibbs Racing and won the pole. And Austin Cindric qualified second. And the only way that changes is if one of the drivers this year, Briscoe and Cindric, that qualified in the front row, if they go out and wreck in the dual race and have to go to backup car, they go to the back of the field. Otherwise, if you qualify in the front row, then you're starting in the front row. The rest of the field then in turn gets set during the duels. They have two 60-lap races. Hey there, Mahendra. Glad you're here. And basically, most of the time what happens is you run in the duels, and if you finish an odd number, then you start an odd number. If you finish an even number, then you'll start an even number. This year it got a little bit messed up because Austin Cindric won duel number 2, and he's already starting in the front row. Hey there, Spicoli. Glad you're here, but duel 1 was won by Darrell Wallace Jr., followed by William Byron, Ty Dillon, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Justin Allgaier, and Kyle Busch. And I hope Ty Dillon has a big season. I'm not a Ty Dillon fan, but I have personally always felt like he's better than Austin. But for whatever reason, Austin's always gotten preferential treatment and got put in that 3 car years ago, and to me, didn't deserve it. And Ty's had to bounce around from a full-time trucker ride to full-time Xfinity ride to part-time trucker rides, part-time Xfinity rides, and now he's finally got a full-time ride in the Cup Series, driving for Kaulig Racing in the 10 car, and I hope he does better than Austin this year. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well, Fernando. Duel number 2 was Austin Cindric, Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Corey LaJoy, Todd Gilliland, Ryan Blaney, John Hunter Nemechek, and Christopher Bell. So, as far as Sunday goes with the Daytona 500, Chase Briscoe on the pole, followed by Austin Cindric, Darrell Wallace Jr., Eric Jones, William Byron, Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Corey LaJoy, AJ Allmendinger, Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, John Hunter Nemechek, Justin Allgaier, and Christopher Bell. Now, Justin Allgaier is the defending Xfinity Series champion, and he's still full time in the Xfinity Series, but he is driving in the 500 Sunday for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Of course, he drives for Dale Jr. in the Xfinity Series, and Dale Jr. decided he wanted to try to make the 500 this year. He chose Justin Allgaier, and Justin Allgaier finished ninth in Duel 1, so he made the field. So we'll see a Dale Earnhardt Jr. owned number 40 car in the 500 on Sunday, driven by Justin Allgaier. And then we have Kyle Busch starting 21st, Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, Riley Herbst, Michael McDowell, Fast Pasta. It's his nickname. His real name is Anthony Alfredo. Ryan Preece, Shane Van Gisbergen, 28th. Josh Berry, 29th. Cole Custer, 30th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Noah Gragson, Carson Hocevar, Jimmy Johnson, Justin Haley, Brad Keselowski, Zane Smith, Daniel Suarez, Martin Truex Jr., who is now just a part-time racer, Alex Bowman, and Helio Castro Neves. Now, the drivers that missed the race have Cody Ware, J.J. Yaley, B.J. McLeod, and Chandler Smith. Now, a lot of folks got up in arms because they pretty much already told Helio Castro Neves that if he made the race on time, he would get in. But if he didn't get in on time, he would get an automatic provisional. So instead of, ex full-time racers or ex-champions getting a provisional, they automatically gave it to Helio Castro Neves. But I understood it because NASCAR is growing and wanting to grow even more. Well, how do you grow? By taking a Brazilian guy who's a former IndyCar racer and put him in Daytona. Then you're going to have people from Brazil, his home country, watching because he's in it. Then you're going to have IndyCar fans watch it because he's in it. So I know it sucks when you give that ride to him instead of, former full-time racers or former champions. But when you look at the grand scheme and see why they done it, it completely makes sense. And the Jets came out earlier today. Hey there, Jalen. Glad you're here. Good evening to you. And told Aaron Rodgers that they're not going to re-sign him, but they can't cut him until, I think, June the 1st. But he is allowed to sign with somebody else on March 13th. It makes no sense how you're signed with one team. They don't cut you, but you can still sign with somebody else. Makes zero sense. But I wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers. But then again, there really isn't in my humble opinion, isn't a game changer, franchise changing quarterback in the draft this year. So if you're an NFL team that has no quarterback at all, you might have just as much luck signing Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal as you would drafting one of these quarterbacks. I don't think any of these quarterbacks are game changers. The best two I think is clear is Cam Ward and Shadir Sanders. But if you're a 3-14 team and you draft Cam Ward, you might go from 3-14 to 8-9, but you're not all of a sudden going to be a perennial powerhouse because you drafted Cam Ward. That's just my personal opinion. But Aaron Rodgers causes so much off the field drama. There's no way I would sign him. But I guess we'll find out what happens. Happy Valentine's to you as well, Desiree. And my Valentine's started today, and that is my big news of the day because for those of you that don't know, my daughter is 11 years old today. Her official birthday comes up at 11:28 p.m. Eastern Time, but I don't think anybody celebrates their birthday on the time they were born. They celebrate on the day they were born, and she was born today, 11 years ago. So big news in my world. My little girl is no longer my little girl. She is now almost my preteen girl. So I think it's time to have another daughter. I need another daughter that I can spoil like the one that I have already spoiled now. But my little girl is 11 years old officially today. 11:28 p.m. Eastern Time is her official 11th birthday. Any thoughts or ideas on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Did you know cars have belly buttons? Some have innies, while others have Audis. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of three. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.